Good evening and welcome to St. Mary's Memorial High School for tonight's matchup between the Kenton Wildcats and the St. Mary's Rough Riders. I'm Nate Garlock alongside Austin Scott. And Austin, it is Thursday night, which means the girls get to take center stage, and we got a good one here tonight in the Western Buckeye League.
Yep, Kenton coming into this one with a 17-2 record on the season, a 7-1 mark in the Western Buckeye League, and riding a 14-game win streak. On the other side, the St. Mary's Rough Riders, 6-15 overall in the season, 4-4 in the WBL.
Kenton controls the opening tip. We get a second opportunity here. Nice job getting into the lane. That one's no good. Third opportunity is good as Kenton gets on the board first.
And Sadie Larrabee again. She averages a double-double on the season, over 10 points a game and over 11 boards per game as well. And now Kenton gets into their three-quarter court 1-2-2 press, which St. Mary's was able to break with ease.
Yeah, great job by Sophia Menker to get down low. We'll take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. Starting first for the visiting Kenton Wildcats, they're going to start number 1, Kyla Bostatter, number 21, Sadie Larrabee, number 25, Sydney Payne, number 30, Macy Heckathorn, and number 32, Olivia Knowlton. Here comes St. Mary's on the run out. Had to track that one down, got it back in their grasp, so they're going to reset the offense. St. Mary's starting five is going to look like this. Number 4, Sophia Menker. Number 5, Cadence Hirschfield. Number 10, Lauren Jacobs. Number 14, Reese Rabel. And number 22, Claire Turner.
So one thing I noticed there right before tip-off, too, was that Sydney Payne, number 25, she's not in the starting lineup and currently not on the bench either. That's the Wildcats' leading scorer on the season, averaging just under 15 points per game. So we'll have to see if we can find out here sometime later on why she's not here tonight.
Yeah, that's great. The starting lineups got sent to us by the coaches earlier this week, and she was definitely in that starting lineup. That's why we had her down in the scorebook. But yeah, she's not out on the floor, and there was no word as to why she's not here. St. Mary's gets this one down low, but they're going to get it right back to get another opportunity, and almost a turnover. Fight for the loose ball. Got to love the hustle to get on the floor, and we are going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to favor the Rough Riders.
And Nate, it has been confirmed she's out sick tonight, so that's why she's not with the team here.
Seems to be going around everywhere.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Sickness is hitting every school, every community really hard, and that's a tough thing, especially for on the women's side of things. They're less than a week away from tournament play getting underway, and you definitely don't want to be losing players to an extended illness right now. Kenton going to move the ball up, back into the hands of Bostatter. Bostatter just moving it around, speeding things up just a little bit. As the Wildcats and Rough Riders tied at 2 here early in the first quarter.
And this is what the Wildcats like to do here, space things out 4 around 1 with Larrabee inside as she gets the offensive rebound, but not able to get the putback.
Riley Bostelman just a little bit off on that three-point try. Second opportunity was no good as well. As this one gets poked away. Sometimes it pays to be in the right place at the right time. That was what happened with Sophia Menker, but she couldn't get that one to go in, and she went baseline.
And you got to watch that with Menker. She is equally dangerous from the outside as she is kind of attacking as well. So you're going to have to close out to her kind of balanced. If you try to run her off the line, she's going to do that right there. Pump fake, go right by you and try to get to the basket.
Kenton has had some success getting to the inside here early, but they haven't been able to finish at the rim. We're going to have another tie-up, and the possession arrow will keep the ball with the Wildcats.
And Kenton has a big advantage on the inside tonight with their size, and really need to look to exploit that here.
Kenton with the basketball, three-point try on its way. That one's going to be off the mark, and it'll be chased down by Menker. Menker, one-on-one, keeps it herself, and she will be fouled. She'll make her first trip to the Kenton Moose free throw line.
A great job of Menker. She's kind of the energizer buddy that gets the St. Mary's offense rolling, especially in transition and on those fast breaks. And that's what they have to do tonight. If this gets slowed down and turned into a half-court game for St. Mary's, again, with all the length and athleticism that Kenton can put on the floor at one time, that's just not a winning formula for the Rough Riders. So if they can continue to get out and run like this, they really increase their chances.
Menker able to connect on her first free throw. Second shot on its way. This one good as well. So Menker has provided all the offense here in the first quarter for St. Mary's, and they're on top 4-2. Nolte bringing it up the floor, looking to go inside. Left all alone is Heckathorn. Nice turnaround off the glass for 2.
Nice look to hit Heckathorn on the dive there. And again, huge size advantage. She ended up getting matched up against Sophia Manker. And again, Heckathorn is going to come out on top of that matchup more often than not.
Looked like Logan Henson that time maybe just got a little bit rushed on that shot as she found herself underneath the basket all alone. So off the mark, rebound down to Kenton. Let's see if they can't take the lead. Heckathorn's three-point try on its way. That one's going to be no good. Great effort for that rebound, but it ends up into the hands of the Rough Riders. They're going to push it up ahead. Here's Henson. Oh, excuse me, that was Turner. Turner as she connects on the Wapakoneta Ford three-pointer.
St. Mary's doing a great job right now, able to box out here on the defensive end, keep Larrabee and Heckathorn off the boards, and then come down to the offensive end, look to score fast before Kenton can set that defense. And again, big reason why they're up 7-4 right now.
It's great footwork on the inside by Olivia Nolting, but yet again, Kenton not able to finish at the rim. St. Mary's with the rebound, an opportunity here to extend their lead. Nice job by Menker on the inside. She gets cut off, has to kick it back out. Floater coming from the lane, no good. Second opportunity for Hirschfeld. That one's also no good. Menker there has to kick it out. St. Mary's owning the boards here right now. Long three-pointer on its way. That one's going to be off the mark.
Really good possession there by the Rough Riders. Multiple offensive rebounds, a couple paint touches, and results in a kick-out three there to Reese Rabel, one of the better three-point shooters in the Western Buckeye League, but St. Mary's comes up empty on that one.
Heckathorn with the basketball, goes to the inside, but just a little bit off the mark as Kenton has looked a little sloppy here tonight to begin this one. They're down 7-4. Substitutions coming into the game for both teams. As we see number 33, Alexis Ratliff, check in for Kenton. Number 10, Lauren Jacobs back in for St. Mary's. Also looks like number 20, Audrey Reinecke in as well for the Rough Riders. Nice find to the inside, extra pass out, three-point try on its way. This one's going to be off the mark, but there was Maker to clean it up for 2.
I know you said it here a couple possessions ago, Nate, but St. Mary's is owning the glass so far, and that was one of the keys to the game for head coach Scott Jordan, and he's got to be happy with how St. Mary's is rebounding right now.
Bostatter a little out of control. She let that one go. Not sure if she thought maybe some contact was going to come, but an easy rebound for St. Mary's. They're going to push it up into the front court. Jacobs almost lost the basketball, gathers it back in, goes to the lane, off the glass, no good. Another second opportunity. It's Menker yet again. She's going to pass it back out. Extra pass, three-point try on its way by Jacobs off the front of the rim, and it'll be gathered in by Nolting. So far, I think every single possession that we have seen for the Rough Riders on the offensive end, they have had a second, third, or fourth opportunity, and that's what's given them this early 9-4 lead. We're going to have a foul on the other side of the floor as Olivia Nolting will make a trip to the Kenton Moose free throw line.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, St. Mary's on the offensive end of attacking the paint. And again, Scott Jordan says that's when they're at their best, when they're looking to get downhill into the paint, either for a layup or, again, kick out to some of those three-point shooters that they have. They can be extremely dangerous.
So Olivia Nolting able to connect on her first shot. It is her first points of the the evening. Cancellation day today messed me all up. The weather got school canceled for pretty much everybody here in Northwest Ohio. Olivia Nolting going 2 for 2 from the free throw line to make this a one-possession game. Seeing some pressure out of Kenton. St. Mary's able to break that press, though. Going to look to go inside, and it's going to be immediately turned over. Long pass over to Bostatter. Now Kenton's going to slow things down. You can see they've made a conscious effort to get to the inside, and really they should have a lot more points as they've had some pretty easy looks at the rim. They just have been a little bit off on their shots. We're going to have another foul as Lauren Jacobs was trying to go for the tie-up, but she ended up picking up her first foul instead. Nolting is going to do a long inbounds into Bostelman. Gives it right back to her. Bostelman gets it. Three-point try on its way. This one's going to be off the mark. Reinecke comes up with the rebound for St. Mary's. Jacobs is going to bring it up the floor for the Rough Riders. St. Mary's has looked really good here so far in this first quarter. 40 seconds left to go. They have the three-point lead. Wide open two-pointer, but that one's going to be off the mark as Ratliff comes up with the rebound for Kenton. Fast-moving opening period. And this one's going to almost get taken away, and we are going to have a jump ball, I believe. Possession arrow is going to favor the Rough Riders, so with 24.7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, they may have an opportunity if they want to hold for the last shot. Hirschfield brings it up for the Rough Riders, going to be guarded by Bostatter. Looking for maybe the handoff, decides against it. Turnaround floater in the lane, no good. A little bit of a quick shot there from the Rough Riders, so final 8 seconds left to go. Bostatter's going to get rid of it. They're going to have to shoot 4 seconds. Long shot, long three. That one's going to be off the mark, going to go out of bounds, and that will bring the first quarter to a close. The St. Mary's Rough Riders came into this one 6-15 overall, 4-4 in the Western Buckeye League, and they are leading the 17-2 Kenton Wildcats 9-6 after the opening quarter. We'll step aside. We'll be back with girls high school basketball on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Walpock, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. And tonight's game is presented by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account and official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. Kenton opens the second quarter with the basketball, down 3, almost has this one taken away by Jacobs, but able to gather it back in was Bostelman. Bostelman gets it back up towards the top of the key. Heckathorn hands it off. And now it is going to be taken away. Jacobs has the head of steam, gets it off the glass and in. Lauren Jacobs gets her first 2 of the night. We are back out to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, through the first quarter, St. Mary's has just won all of the effort plays so far. As far as loose balls, rebounding have gone, St. Mary's has kind of owned that portion of the game. Also, they've really dictated the pace from the tip. They haven't let Kenton speed them up at all, and offensively, they've been really patient, looking for the best shot they can get, and there's an excellent one right there.
Back-to-back baskets by Lauren Jacobs. It is a 13-6 game. St. Mary's on top. Kenton trying to come up with an answer.
And for Kenton so far, just been, extremely sloppy with the basketball, which isn't really in character for them, and also been settling for way too many three-point shots, I think, so far, considering their size advantage they have. And this is actually one of those moments that they miss Sydney Payne. She's able to drive in from the three-point line, get a paint touch, and then usually from there she can either finish at an extremely high level or she'll look to dump it off to Macy Heckenthorn or Sadie Larrabee waiting around the basket for some easy twos as well. And I think, again, the Wildcats are feeling Sydney Payne's absence right now.
So Sadie Larrabee, she was fouled on her putback opportunity. Makes her first, makes the second as well. Claire Turner was charged with that foul. St. Mary's with the lead, the basketball just underway here in the second quarter. Banker being guarded by Nolting. Looks like she thought about maybe trying to drive, decides against it.
This is St. Mary's back screen continuity set. Usually you can get an easy basket out of that and feed it down onto the block for a wide open layup. Not able to get it there though.
Hirschfield off the mark on her three-point try. Nolting going to try a turnaround jumper. That one's going to be no good. Another opportunity as Nolting gets her own rebound. Great find on that backside, but can't finish. No whistle. Here comes St. Mary's. Going to push the tempo. Menker thought about the three-pointer. Shoots with the right hand, no good. Rebound back into the hands of Kenton. The Wildcats getting some stops here, but not able to answer on the offensive side of things as they're trying to close this gap. Nolting going to drive off the side of the backboard. Just seemed a little bit out of control due to the Kenton Wildcats here in this first half. Great move by Lauren Jacobs as she went right through the heart of that defense. Got that off the glass and went in for 2. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. We'll be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Our free throw sponsor for the night is Kenton Moose Family Center. The Kenton Moose is Hardin County's home for great food, fellowship, and friends. That's the Kenton Moose 428 in Kenton, online at KentonMoose428.com. Our three-point sponsor for the evening is Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. Back underway, Kenton with the basketball, down 15-8. As they tried to get some points back there, but Kyla Bostatter just a little bit off on that shot. St. Mary's looking for the run out. Menker just able to save that. Extra pass going to be a three-point try, but that one's going to be partially blocked as Nolting was able to get a hand on it.
And I think Coach Bostman called that timeout for the Wildcats to tell them, yeah, we want to play fast offensively, but right now we're teetering on out of control and just being too careless with the basketball. Let's try to make a concerted effort to get the ball inside and try to get ourselves some easy looks here right now.
A couple of different players on the floor for that loose ball. We're going to have another jump ball. Possession arrow will give this one back to St. Mary's as we've seen both teams kind of struggle to hold on to it at times. These rebounds have fluttered onto the floor, but you got to love the effort from the ladies here so far as they've been on the floor fighting for every 50-50 ball that they can. Menker with the basketball. Look to go to the inside, gets cut off, has to kick it back out. Long pass over to Jacobs. Jacobs looking to drive with the left hand, has this one rejected. Heckathorn came over and sent this one out of bounds. And I think fortunately for St. Mary's, nobody tried to grab that one. So last touch by Heckathorn, and they'll get to maintain this possession.
So St. Mary's is trying to run that back screen set again, and I think if they can get a couple of rotations out of it, they could get a wide open layup, or they could just drive to the basket like that as well.
That was a great job. That was all set up by Logan Henshin as she was in there trying to seal. She was calling for it, trying to get on the post, but Lauren Jacobs saw the help coming from the backside, so instead of feeding it to the inside, she just took that open lane and ended up getting the easy 2 points. 17-8, St. Mary's on top. 4 minutes left to go before halftime, and we got a little bit of a shocker going on here at Grand Lake Health Systems Gym. Heckathorn turnaround jumper. That one's going to be off the mark. Putback is good. Sadie Larrabee was there to get the offensive rebound, get the 2 points.
Yeah, good things happen when you touch the paint with the basketball. And there, Kenton, again, trying to get back kind of to their DNA here and work the ball inside a little bit more, as now we got to run out with Nolting.
2v1. Kenton able to take advantage as Olivia Nolting just took it away from Menker. And then on the other end, it was Briley Bostelman was able to finish for 2. Great move yet again on the inside. Look at that. Reese Rabel playing her last game here at St. Mary's with an incredibly difficult move to the inside and then goes up and under for 2.
Great job by Rabel, able to put the ball on the deck and drive again. She's such a dangerous three-point shooter, and if you're making up a scouting report, you tell your team that if you're guarding her, you have to run her off the line. But right there, she does a great job. They run out at her. She drives right by them for a layup.
Logan Henshin picks up her first foul as Olivia Nolting will go to the Kenton Moose free throw line. First shot on its way. This one is good. So Olivia Nolting, 3 for 3 so far from the free throw line. We'll have one more coming her way. Shot is up. This one is good as well. Nolting with 4 points on the night, all from the charity stripe. It is a 19-14 St. Mary's lead. Jacobs with the basketball, waiting for somebody to come free. Ends up getting it down into the hands of Rabel. Rabel passed it down into the corner, into the hands of Reineke, who had it poked away. It's going to go out of bounds and stays with St. Mary's. Rabel going to trigger the inbound, looking for somewhere to go with it. Ends up back into the hands of Menker. Menker has been all over the place here in this first half. She's been playing great for St. Mary's tonight.
St. Mary's going to go to their ball screen set here, see if they can get one of Kenton's guards switched on to one of their bigs.
Very fortunate turn of events for St. Mary's as Menker was able to connect on a Wampauconetto Ford three-pointer, and that was after they tried to get the slip screen to the inside. It gets poked away, somehow ends up back in the hands of another St. Mary's Rough Rider, then passes it back out. It was great ball movement, good vision, and St. Mary's took advantage.
Yeah, just all the bounces seem to be going the Rough Riders' way here through a quarter and a half.
Ball's going to go out of bounds. It will stay with Kenton. 2:08 left to go before halftime. Kenton trying to come up with an answer. See if they can't close this gap and get some momentum back. That shot was off the mark. Kyla Bostatter struggling here in the first half. No points so far. We've had her had some pretty open looks, but she just can't get them to go down. Menker going to work through the screen. Steps back. Picks up her dribble. Has to get rid of it. Now it's Jacobs. Jacobs cuts to the inside, but the pass doesn't come back to her, so St. Mary's going to try again. Almost has it taken away. Great defense by Larrabee. And we are going to have a timeout as St. Mary's thought that potentially they were going to lose that possession. Coach Scott Jordan didn't want to risk it. He takes the timeout. We're going to take it as well, and we'll be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's game is presented by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account and official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. Our scoreboard is brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Walpock, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. 22-14, final minute 30 left to go here in the first half. St. Mary's with the basketball, see what they drew up coming out of the timeout. Menker with the basketball, going to work against Nolting into the lane, takes that contact, and we're going to have a charge. That's a good call. I know the home gym doesn't like it, but Menker went in, and the defender was well established as Menker kind of lowered that shoulder and even saw a little bit of a push off there. That is Menker's first foul of the game. So now we'll see if Kenton can take advantage. Ekathorn gets it over into the hands of Bostelman. Bostelman able to connect on the Wampauconetto Ford three-pointer. That was a huge basket for the Wildcats.
The Wildcats kind of taking one out of St. Mary's playbook. They're running the same back screen set with the double stagger screen for a shooter coming up, and they're able to capitalize on it.
Jacobs does a great job getting around the defender. This is what has happened all night long. You see Kenton make a big shot, you feel like, okay, here they go. And every single time St. Mary's has had an answer, and that is what has allowed them to keep this lead. And now they're going to take it away. Menker one-on-one, going to push it up ahead. Right hand off the glass, no good. Jacobs gets it, and we're going to have, it looked like that was awfully close. I'm not sure why Jacobs didn't just try to do a little head fake, go up herself. She was in good position. Almost a little too unselfish on that play.
Yeah, and here comes a big possession heading into halftime here. If you're Kenton, really need to hold, I would think, for the last shot here. Try to get something easy for yourself and get feeling good heading into the locker room. Obviously, you're going to be trailing, but just try to make that as small as a deficit as you can.
10 seconds left. Nolting with the basketball. Going to kick it back up top. Bostelman for three. That's her spot, and she connects. Back-to-back three-pointers by Briley Bostelman is going to bring the first half to a close. And when it looked like St. Mary's may be running away with this one, Briley Bostelman comes up big, connects on 2 3-pointers, and it is just a 4-point deficit as they head to the locker room. We're going to step aside and we'll be back with the second half here on WOSN. Welcome back. Our scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Walpock, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. Our free throw sponsor is the Kenton Moose. The Kenton Moose is Hardin County's home for great food, fellowship, and friends. That's the Kenton Moose 428 in Kenton, online at KentonMoose428.com. Welcome back to St. Mary's Memorial High School. I'm Nate Garlock alongside Austin Scott. And Austin, We got a surprise on our hands here. You know, I think a lot of people, when you saw this game, at least on paper, Kenton coming in having a tremendous season, just one loss in the conference, and that's to that juggernaut Ottawa Glandorf team, 17-2 overall. The Rough Riders a little bit of a down season. They are 6-15 coming into this one. They are 4-4 in the conference though, and it really has been St. Mary's game pretty much from the opening tip.
Right, yeah. Kenton coming in with all the momentum, riding that 14-game win streak, but St. Mary's has come out. And again, I think really what separated them here in this first half and got them out to this halftime lead was just their effort in all facets of the game, as far as being in the passing lanes, winning the 50-50 balls, and really out-rebounding Kenton as well, and kind of beating Kenton at their own game. And also for the Rough Riders, they've been able to dictate the pace of how this game has gone. You know, Kenton really likes to pressure you defensively, kind of pick you up full court in that 1-2-2. And Kenton ended up pulling that off in the second quarter, actually. And that's, again, that's kind of Kenton's fastball. And St. Mary's has done a good job of taking that away. However, there at the end of the half, with Kenton able to hit that buzzer beater 3 to end things, maybe that could be the momentum play that gives them a little bit of energy here heading into this second half.
Now, Sophia Menker has really led the charge for St. Mary's here in this first half. She has 9 points. And not too far behind her is Lauren Jacobs. She has 6. She has had a really good half as well. Both of them have really seemed to be right in the middle of everything for St. Mary's tonight. We've seen them get the 50-50 balls. They've done a great job of getting into the lane, giving the Rough Riders second, third, and fourth opportunities on the offensive side of things. And then for Kenton, it's not really been one player. We've seen Larrabee do some nice things for him. Olivia Nolting has had the ball in her hands a lot, but all of her scoring has come from the free throw line. It was Briley Bostelman there in that second quarter, as she ended up with 8 points in the quarter after being held scoreless in the first. And as you mentioned, she had the buzzer beater three-pointer going into the locker room, and that was her second straight three-pointer to end that quarter to really move that momentum back into the favor of the Wildcats.
Yeah, and she's done a great job of stepping up. Again, we talked about it right after tip-off. Sydney Payne, the leading scorer for the Wildcats, averaging 15 a game this season, out sick tonight. And again, she does so much for them as far as creating offensively. She can shoot the three, she can drive into the paint and finish at the basket. And also when she's driving, that's when she opens up opportunities for dump downs to Heckathorn, to Larrabee, kickouts to Bostetter, to Bostelman, and create a bunch. So the fact that Bostelman's able to step up, knock down some big three-point shots, and have such a big second quarter, it's keeping the Wildcats really close here. 16 minutes in.
And Kenton obviously missing their leading scorer, Sydney Payne. She is out tonight with a sickness, as they have yet to really be able to adjust to her presence not being on the floor and what St. Mary's is doing to them. It'll be interesting seeing what both teams draw up in the locker room and what adjustments we see at the start of the third quarter. Under 5 left to go here before the third quarter gets underway. We're going to step aside yet again, and we'll be back with girls high school basketball on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Walpunk, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for our catering too. 3-point sponsor for the night is Wapakoneta Ford. If you are new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net, or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. Kenton comes out firing, picking up right where she left off is Briley Bostelman, and she opens the scoring with the three-pointer to make this a 1-point game.
That's the exact same play that Kenton ran there at the end of the first half for a buzzer beater three. Same result here to kick off the third quarter.
Sophia Menker tried to answer on the other end, couldn't connect, as it looked like that one might have been partially blocked, but Claire Turner seemed to come out of nowhere to get that offensive rebound, and she gets fouled on the putback. So she is going to make a trip to the Kenton Moose free throw line. Turner's free throw, no good. She'll have another one coming.
And this is one weak spot of the Rough Riders this season, unfortunately. I think they're shooting around 43% as a team from the free throw stripe. And when you get opportunities like this, got to be able to capitalize against a really good Kenton team, and she's able to split a pair.
Olivia Nolting bringing the basketball up as Kenton in striking distance here Almost had that one taken away. Jacobs did a nice job of getting her hands on that basketball. So Kenton going to have to reset as Bowstatter was also cut off as she tried to go to the inside. St. Mary's has been playing good defense all night long. Nolting works around with the right hand, looking to go into the lane, hands it off. Good find down low. Put up is up and in as Sadie Larrabee fights off a little bit of the contact from the defender and gets this one in.
And Bostelman has just been incredible through the second quarter and then the opening minute and a half of this third quarter, doing a great job getting into the paint, creating, finds Sadie Larrabee on that dump down there for an easy bucket.
On the other end, it was Heckathorn with the rejection. So here's Kenton, and they are back in the lead. They have opened this game on a nice 7-1 run as they are on top 27-25.
Yeah, dating back there to the second quarter, this is actually a 10-1 run right now.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. So St. Mary's looking to get this offense going. Looks like they might have just missed an opportunity with Menker down low as she was behind the defense. They couldn't get her the basketball, so good find on the running, kick back out. Shot is up. This one's going to be off the mark. Heckathorn comes up with the rebound. Heckathorn brings it up into the front court, going to drop it off, step up three. That one's going to be no good. Menker comes up with it. St. Mary's looking to answer. Great job running the floor by Cadence Hirschfeld.
Yeah, great job by the Rough Riders there. Kenton comes down really quick, kind of rush shot, I think, from the top of the key. A little bit of a heat check maybe for Bostelman. I don't blame her at the same time, but the Rough Riders doing a great job getting out there on the break and getting an easy bucket.
Heckathorn tried a three-pointer of her own, was off the mark with that one, so Menker able to gather up the rebound for St. Mary's. All tied at 27. A couple minutes have passed here in the third quarter. St. Mary's three-point try on its way. That one's going to be off the mark. Bowstatter pushes up into the corner. Long cross-court pass to Heckathorn. Lines up a three. This one's going to be no good. Great job by Larrabee to track down the rebound. Larrabee has to pass out of that double team. Ends up getting it back into the hands of Nolting. He's going to drive right through two St. Mary Rough Riders. She hits the floor, and she's going to make a trip to the Kenton Moose free throw line. This foul is going to go on Cadence Hirschfeld. It'll be her first, team's first of the quarter. Olivia Nolting has done all of her scoring from the free throw line here tonight so far. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and now she has a chance for 2 here in the third as she connects on her first. Substitution coming into the game for the Rough Riders as Logan Henchen has checked back in. Nolting's second free throw up and good. St. Mary's down 2. Menker with the basketball. And now it's going to be Jacobs. Kicks it back out. Three-pointer on its way. This one is good. Cadence Hirschfeld has a Wampakoneta Ford three-pointer, and she's got 5 here in the quarter. 30-29. St. Mary's with the 1-point lead. Back and forth we go. Heckathorn took her eye off the basketball for just a second, but Kenton fortunately has it come right back to them. Third opportunity, no good. And Heckathorn, she's going to take some hard contact as she hits the deck, and she'll make a trip to the Kenton Moose free throw line to shoot 2.
Man, that was an A-plus effort possession from Macy Heckathorn there. She goes, dives full out for the loose ball, not able to come up with it, picks herself off the floor, crashes the glass, and she's going to get rewarded for it. Still think she paid the price on that foul, though. That was a rough one.
So Macy Heckathorn going to go to the free throw line. This will be her first trip to the line tonight. First shot on its way, and it is good.
One of the best free throw shooters in our area, Macy, shooting 82% from the free throw line this season.
Heckathorn has one more shot as she's looking to put her team up 1. Heckathorn's second shot is good. We're going to see Alexis Ratliff come in. This Heckathorn will take a seat. Looked like she might have been a little shaken up on that last possession. So I think that Coach Bostelman just wants to give her a moment to kind of collect herself.
Yep, she'll be back in pretty quick, I'm sure.
Manker with the basketball, works through the screen. Probably should have maybe let that pass go to the inside, but decides against it. Now it's going to be Jacobs for two, no good. Henson fighting for the rebound. Going to be a scramble on the floor, and Kenton comes up with it. Here's Nolting with the full head of steam, working against Jacobs, looking to get underneath, and that was really good defense by Lauren Jacobs, and just a little bit too much contact, and she bailed out Olivia Nolting as Nolting kind of gotten herself into a bad position on the floor. Didn't really have a good angle to get that shot off.
I really like what I'm seeing from Nolting here halfway through the third quarter. She does a great job initiating this offense, and I think she does defer a lot offensively because, I mean, she really just plays into her point guard role and does a great job at it. But when she gets going downhill to the basket and drawing contact like that, she can get to the free throw line and convert pretty easily and start stringing some points together.
So another 2 free throws for Olivia Nolting, as Kenton has their largest lead of the game at 3. This one almost gets poked away. Jacob comes up with it. It's going to be handed off right back to Rabel. Rabel looking to drive, drops it into Henson, and she gets it up. Great ball movement by St. Mary's. 3:10 left to go here in the quarter. Nolte looking to drive, trying to kick it out to the corner. And then Vostelman had to try to change where she wanted to be. So now Kenton going to try again. Here's Nolte. That one's going to be no good. Becker comes up with the rebound. Long pass down the court. Rabel able to gather that one in. Anchor. She's going to get into attack mode there, trying to get to the rim. Couldn't get that shot off, but that's because she was fouled. And she is going to make another trip to the Kenton Moose free throw line.
And Reese Rabel is doing a good job tonight, playing with a lot of variety. So when you're preparing to play St. Mary's, you know Reese Rabel, their leading scorer, dangerous shooter. It's somebody that you really key in on as an opponent of St. Mary's. And she's done a great job tonight. Only 2 points, but has really made an impact with her playmaking ability and being able to put the ball on the deck and create opportunities or finding teammates driving to the basket as well.
Manker goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, as she now has 11 here tonight. St. Mary's back up 1. Lead continues to change. And then this one's going to go out of bounds as Claire Turner was just able to get her fingertips on that one. Nolting gets it into Bostelman. Bostelman with that left hand. Has to kick it back out. Ratliff gets it back to Nolting. Nolting looking for some space. Gets cut off. Here comes the double team. Gets it over to Ratliff. Ratliff's three-point try. That one's going to be no good. And we're going to have a foul on the rebound as Henson looks a little bit shaken up. And the basketball will go back to the Rough Riders. Each team with 3 fouls here in the quarter. So each one with 1 left to give before we shoot free throws. Manker goes to the inside. Nice turnaround off the glass, but that one's a little bit short as Claire Turner couldn't connect. Another opportunity coming for St. Mary's, though. Rabel for 3.
Wow.
And she gets it. What a shot by Reese Rabel. We mentioned she is playing her last game here at St. Mary's. The shot goes down. And are they going to take this one away from her? Does it look like a potential for a 4-point play? I'm a little confused as to what's going on, as now this one is out of bounds, but the points didn't come off the. So they must be saying that the foul happened after after the shot already went down. She was on the floor, so it wasn't connected to the shot. And actually, this could end up benefiting St. Mary's, as this could be a 5 or 6-point possession. 3-point try on its way in, good, and it is a 6-point possession as Claire Turner connects on a Wapakoneta 3-pointer right after Reese Rabel does.
Wow, that was
that was a huge possession.
Not sure of the ruling and all that stuff on the foul, but it heavily benefited St. Mary's there, and they capitalized big time.
Great effort by Heckathorn to save that one as it was going out of bounds. St. Mary's was trying to get that turnover, a little bit too much contact though, as this one I'll have to wait to see who they put this one on. I believe that it went on Claire Turner. Heckathorn tried to inbounds it, but Jacobs takes it away. Turner pushes it up ahead, and we're going to have another foul as Hirschfield will make a trip to the Kenton Moose free throw line. This one was back and forth for pretty much the entire quarter, Austin. But over the last minute or so of gameplay, St. Mary's with the back-to-back Wapak Canada Ford three-pointers really opened things up. It seems like all the momentum is back on their side.
Went on a 6-0 run there in a matter of about 4 seconds, I think. So not going to see that every day for sure. And then again, St. Mary's is playing incredibly tough here on the defensive end and just winning pretty much every loose ball there is to be had. They're on it.
Hirschfield went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. This is now an 8-point lead. Nolting a little bit short on that shot, and that's pretty much been the story of the night for Kenton. They've just been a little bit short on most of their shots once they get to the rim. Here's Rabel looking to drive, right hand. This one's going to be blocked as Heckathorn has about 3 or 4 blocks so far here tonight. That shot is off the mark. Kenton, though, going to have another opportunity, and that's going to be a travel. Riley Bostelman just got moving a little bit too quick that time. And it's going to be another turnover and 44.3 seconds left to go here in the third. St. Mary's gets the ball back.
I think head coach Scott Jordan is calling for St. Mary's to be extremely patient here. Try to hold for one. You have all the momentum right now, an 8-point lead. You don't want to give Kenton the ball back. You saw him hit a buzzer beater there at the end of the first half. So hang on to this one for the last possession and just maintain this lead or maybe even try to extend it.
Yeah, you can see St. Mary's really trying to space out the floor here. 15 seconds left to go. Rabel with the basketball, looking to drive into the lane, drops it down low. Turner's shot is blocked as Heckathorn picks up another one, and it'll go out of bounds with 10.2 seconds left. Look over, it looks like Scott Jordan not real happy that they tried to take a shot with that much time left to go. And now they're long inbound. They're able to gather it back in. 8 seconds left to go. Hirschfield gets it over to Jacobs. 4 seconds. This one's going to be turned over. Bostelman with it. Or no, it's Nolting, excuse me. And that shot is just off the mark. So St. Mary's took off the last 38 seconds, but they left just enough time for one final shot. Kenton not able to do anything with it, and the third quarter comes to a close. St. Mary's still on top. They've extended that lead to 41-33. We'll step aside and be back with the fourth quarter here on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. Tonight's game is presented by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account and official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. St. Mary's turns it over. So Kenton here with an opportunity to close the gap. Nolting in the lane has this one blocked. Kenton with another opportunity. Nolting. Turn around, left-hand floater. That one's going to be no good. Jacobs can't get it, but Claire Turner able to gather it in.
And they've certainly given Nolting the green light to just get into the paint and look to attack hard, which I like, and I would definitely encourage that as well, just not able to finish, unfortunately.
Looked like Jacobs that time anticipated that Rabel was going to continue to cut towards the basket and tried to lead her. But a little bit late on that one, and it goes out of bounds right back to Kenton. Substitutions coming in for St. Mary's. Logan Henchman checking back into the game, as does number 20, Audrey Reinecke. Heckathorn tries to get it into the inside. It gets taken away. Rabel trying to win the foot race, able to finish at the rim and gets it to go down. 10-point lead for St. Mary's, 43-33. 6:45 left to go in this one. Kenton came in with just one conference loss, still alive, as Ottawa Glandorf still has a conference game to play. They could have been co-champs if Salina was able to pull the upset. But Kenton right now going to have to find a way to get themselves back in this one. Heckathorn misses the rejection. but it was Logan Henshin who was there to clean that up. 45-33, largest lead for the Rough Riders. Kenton wants to take the time out and talk about it. We'll step aside as well and be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's free throw sponsors, the Kenton Moose Family Center. The Kenton Moose is Hardin County's home for great food, fellowship, and friends. The Kenton Moose 428 in Kenton, online at KentonMoose428.com. Our three-point sponsor is Wapakoneta Ford. If you are new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. 45-33, St. Mary's on top. Kenton has to start scoring here quickly. Eckathorn going to hand this one off. Nostelman gives it back over to Nolting. Nolting in the lane, has it taken away. Great hands by Rabel. Reese Rabel looking to drive on Eckathorn, goes up and under. That one's no good. Fight for the loose ball. And we're going to have a foul on that rebound, as I believe that one is going to go on Rabel. And no, that was actually on Reineke, so that was her first, team's first of the quarter. Kenton needs to stop having empty offensive possessions. They want to give themselves a chance to get back in this one. Nostelman, she's had the hot hand behind the arc, but hasn't done much here in about the last probably quarter as far as gameplay goes.
Yeah, Kenton tried to go to one of their bread and butter plays there, well defended by St. Mary's.
Kenton with the second opportunity. That one's going to be good. This is what you got to do if you're the Wildcats. Got to find ways to score, get the clock to stop. An and one opportunity coming up for Larrabee.
And great job by Larrabee. I mean, that's where she really generates her points from, is just kind of picking up the, clean up the mess around the basket, I should say. They're not going to post her up a whole lot. They're going to kind of move her around for dump downs and their 4-out, 1-in offense. And also offensive rebounds, she'll clean up a lot as well.
So it was a successful trip to the Kenton Moose free throw line for Larrabee. St. Mary's trying to answer quickly. And you got to think at some point Coach Jordan is going to tell them that, hey, quick possessions is not what we're looking for. Let's bleed the clock. We have the lead. Kenton comes right down, not able to connect on that three-pointer. It was Bostelman. Rough Riders, they have time is on their side. But they continue just to kind of come down, and there is something to be said about continuing to run the offense that got you here. Sometimes you see teams when they start trying to change what they have done throughout the entire game, that's when you give leads away. So it just kind of depends on what your philosophy is. But we're going to have a timeout on the floor to make sure that, or excuse me, as Coach Jordan wanted to make sure that they didn't lose that possession. We'll step aside, take the timeout as well, and be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's game is presented by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account and official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. Our scoreboard is brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Walpock, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. St. Mary's coming out of the timeout. Rabel completely untouched, going through the lane, but couldn't get that one to go in, and it'll stay with the Rough Riders. Missed opportunity that time by Reese Rabel, as for some reason that Kenton defense just let her go unmarked all the way to the rim.
Yeah, they were trying to set her up for what looked like a three-point look. And again, if you're Kenton, you're always going to close out tight on Reese, and that opens up the driving lanes for her, just not able to finish.
Olivia Nolting right there, causing Menker all sorts of issues on the inbounds. Knocked it right back to her. Good find on the inside. Rabel this time is able to finish for two.
Great job by Rabel, able to post up Bostelman there and able to cut down to the bucket for an easy two.
Nolting way off the mark on that three-pointer. 4:25 left to go in the game. Menker gonna slowly walk this one up the floor. I'm sure Coach Jordan reminded his team, hey, the clock is on our side. We do not have to be in a hurry. Rabel step back, deep three off the mark. Nolting comes up, or excuse me, that's Eckathorn. She comes up with the rebound. Long pass up ahead, three-point try on its way. This one is good. as Briley Bostelman hits another Wapakoneta Ford three-pointer, and Kenton immediately takes the timeout. We're going to step aside as well and be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's three-point sponsors, Wapakoneta Ford. You are new and pre-owned inventory at wapakoneta4.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. And that's just mean for any gym to do right there. They are playing Sweet Caroline over the PA, and right before the entire gym will sing along to the most well-known part, they just cut it off. If you have OCD and you're in this gym, your brain is itching right now. St. Mary's comes out of the timeout with possession in the basketball. Manker going to hand this one off to Jacobs. A little bit of contact there. Officials letting them play. And finally, we're going to have the whistle as Nolting tried to poke it away from behind. That is going to be the third team foul. No, excuse me, that's the first team foul for Kenton. So no free throws as they still have plenty of fouls to give. Manker going to inbound it, gets it into Rabel. Back out to Turner. Turner looking for somewhere to go with it, gets it back in the hands of Rabel. 3:20 left to go in this one. St. Mary's being a lot more deliberate on their offensive possessions.
Yep, running their ball screen offense here, and again, just looking to get through a couple rotations of it, bleed the clock, like we said, and if you have a roller going to the basket wide open, well, of course, hit them for an easy layup, but otherwise be very picky about what shots you're taking right now.
Heckathorn gets whistled for that foul. St. Mary's will inbounds from the sideline. Approaching 3 minutes left to play. 8-point game. Kenton's going to need some turnovers and some stops. That's not going to help. Rabel not able to finish at the rim. Great rebound that time by Jacobs. St. Mary's now with another opportunity. Hirschfeld gets it back over to Rabel. Rabel being guarded by Bostatter, gives it out to Jacobs. Jacobs brings it back over as right now, that one was almost taken away by Heckathorn. Great job by Hirschfeld to keep it. Here comes the double team. Hirschfeld loses her footing, and we're going to have a foul. 2:24 left to go. At some point here, you're going to have to see Kenton start taking some chances, and whether that means they're going to send the double team, they're going to start fouling quicker or something, but they've got to do something to get this ball back. They're going to need several possessions to give themselves an opportunity.
Yeah, when Jay Bosman took that time out there with just under 4 minutes remaining, I thought they were going to set up a full court defense, some kind of pressure of some sort to try to speed things up, maybe generate a couple of turnovers. They still had all of their fouls to use up at that point, and now St. Mary's has ran off about 1 minute and 30 seconds of the clock here, and Kenton had to use 3 of their fouls during that time period as well. So St. Mary's did a great job there of managing the clock.
We got a timeout on the floor. St. Mary's with a 47-39 lead as they're going to finish the Sweet Caroline so they can satisfy people like me who would not have been okay if we didn't hear that part of it. We'll step aside. We'll be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's free throws are brought to you by the Kenton Moose Family Center. Kenton Moose is Hardin County's home for great food, fellowship, and friends. That's the Kenton Moose 428 and Kenton online, KentonMoose428.com. St. Mary's comes out of the timeout. They're going to lose possession. Heckathorn does a great job of knocking that one away. And what a great time for Kyla Bostatter's first points of the game. 47-41, just a 2-possession game now, under 2 minutes left to go, and almost comes up with another steal, does Kenton, as Olivia Nolting was able to reach around to poke it away, but the official right there says there's a little bit too much contact, and St. Mary's will take this one out along the sidelines. That was also the 4th team foul for Kenton, so from here on out, St. Mary's is going to be shooting free throws, and you mentioned it earlier, Austin, that might be the worst part of their game is from the free throw line. And we're going to have a foul, not a tie-up. So Reese Rabel is going to go to the Kenton Moose free throw line to shoot 2. And this is going to be very big for the Rough Riders. From here on out, if they're going to win this one, you'd have to think they're going to have to close it out from the free throw line.
And that could be huge for Kenton. I really did think that was a tie up there, and they had the possession arrow favoring them as well. So this could be a big swing, but the Rough Riders free throw struggles continue.
Rabel not able to connect on her first. She'll have one more coming. Rabel lines up her second shot. It's on its way and good. Nice job by Reese Rabel to make the adjustment. Push this back out to a 3-possession game. Kenton gonna have to look for a good shot. They don't all need to be threes, they just need to be in. That one's gonna be no good. It gets tipped around, back up into the hands of Rabel. Here comes the double team. St. Mary's trying to get out of trouble here. As Rabel is gonna get fouled again. This is gonna be on Kyla Bostatter. 1:29 left to go, a 7-point game. Rabel going to go to the Kenton Moose free throw line. She was 1 for 2 her last trip. Looking to better that here. First shot on its way and good. Rabel lining up her second shot. This one is good as well. 50-41, a minute 25 left to go. Here's Nolting. Nolting going to hand this one off to Bostatter. Bostatter going through the defense, almost lost it. Kicks it back out to Bostelman. Bostelman has to get it back in the hands of Heckathorn. Heckathorn with the three-point try, but prior to her shot, we're going to have an offensive foul for an illegal screen. And time is winding down on a potential Kenton comeback.
Yeah, now they have no choice. They got to pick up full court here and just try to create something.
Hirschfeld, I think she was a little surprised that she was left all alone. She was expecting pressure, and when it didn't come, it allowed Kenton to close that gap quickly. Olivia Nolting going to be whistled for the foul, and it'll be Cadence Hirschfeld stepping to the free throw line. This will be her second trip here tonight. She was 1 for 2 at the Kenton Moose free throw line in the third quarter. Her first shot here in the fourth is good. Back out to a double-digit lead. That one good as well. St. Mary's, they can sniff the upset. 1:10 left to go. Bostelman's deep three on its way off the front of the rim. Going to be gathered in by St. Mary's. Good find. Get the ball into the hands of Rabel. Here comes the foul with 55 seconds left to go. Cadence Hirschfeld is going to make another trip to the free throw line. And right now we are on the cusp of a huge upset in the Western Buckeye League.
Absolutely. And again, we've talked a little bit about the circumstances coming in. Kenton still had something to play for. St. Mary's not so much, other than, you know, the pride of being on your home floor for the final time. And just overall, I just think they have been extremely tough here tonight, and that's what's got them on the doorstep of a victory.
53-41. Bostelman's three way off the mark. This one's going to go out of bounds. It will stay with Kenton. I mean, there is still a little window that's open here for the Wildcats, but they have got to score points on this possession. Olivia Nolting with nowhere to go, did not want to risk the 5-second call, so just bounced that one also off of Hirschfeld. It goes back out of bounds, so another opportunity here. She's going to force it into Bostelman. Bostelman going to back down Jacobs. And this is going to go out of bounds, so now Kenton is going to have to inbounds from underneath their own basket. But all this is doing is taking precious time off the clock. Nolting gets it out. Bostelman, three-pointer on its way. That one's going to be no good. Rebound down to Heckathorn. Turnaround jumper. That one's no good. And the rebound is going to be a tie-up. Possession arrow is going to favor Kenton. But with 34.1 seconds left to go, it is going to take, I don't want to say a miracle, but it is going to take a big effort that we don't see very often. Nolting's three-pointer. That one is good. Nolting comes up with the Walpokenetta Ford three-point shot. It is a 9-point game. Timeout on the floor. 29.6 seconds left to go. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well and be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's game is presented by Superior Credit Union, home of the Spirit checking account, and official sponsor of the Western Buckeye League. Our scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, located in Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Locally owned and operated, Lee's is not just famous for chicken, we're famous for catering too. 53-44, 29.6 seconds left to go in this one. St. Mary's, they can smell the upset. Kenton going to come out showing lots of pressure, hopes for a turnover almost immediately. Great inbounds play as Manker was able to get behind the defense, killing all sorts of time. That was the perfect inbounds play for that, and Manker is going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, well drawn up there by Coach Jordan. Again, obviously the goal is just to get the basketball in and kind of give yourself a little bit of space, but they also had a chance for kind of a chance to get behind the defense for an easy layup there also, but smart play just to kind of hold on to the ball and take care of it here. Don't take any risk, and again, get to the free throw line and try to ice this one.
Sophia Menker 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 11-point lead as those free throws all but ice this one. And we're going to have another turnover, 13.8 seconds left to go. You got to think that that is going to do it as Kenton on the verge of their second loss in league play. And we are just going to dribble this one out. Austin, I got to be honest with you. I think a lot of people did not see this coming tonight, as I think fittingly Rabel is going to end this game with the basketball in her hands. Reese Rabel had 12 points on the night. She had a huge quarter for her team. She went 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. And if you are going to play your last game in your home gym, this is the way that you want to go out.
Yeah, I don't think anybody outside of the St. Mary's city limits thought they probably had a chance in this game tonight when you look at this one on paper. Again, Kenton still something to play for, an outside shot at tying for the Western Buckeye League Championship with Ottawa Glandorf if they would lose tonight. But Kenton came out and played like they had nothing to lose, quite frankly. Again, they were just the tougher team, won all the 50-50 balls, did an amazing job on the glass as well, and dictated the pace from the opening tip, and it ends up getting them a victory here. Their final time at the Horseshoe.
And Kenton is going to fall to 17-3 overall, 7-2 in Western Buckeye play, Buckeye League play. The St. Mary's Rough Riders, they are going to move to 7-15 overall, 5-4 in conference play. Now for St. Mary's, they turn their attention to the tournament. This is the end of their regular season. They will open up against Rossford on February 13th. They are going to be hosting that one as they are the 5 seed. Rossford is the 6 seed. What is interesting about this matchup, if St. Mary's is able to get by Rossford, they still have one game left. They play Bellefontaine on Saturday. Not sure if Sydney Payne will be available for that one. She missed tonight, as we mentioned, with an illness, the flu that is going around that is just decimating school and athletes alike. It seems to be about a 48 to 72-hour thing. So not sure when she got sick, not sure when she'll be back. But either way, she'll have plenty of time to rest up before their tournament game. They play the 8 seed Toledo Woodward on the 13th. Kent gets by Woodward. St. Mary's gets by Rossford. These two teams will play again on February 19th at a neutral site.
Wow.
you gotta imagine that, you know, Coach Bostelman is talking to his girls, saying, "Hey, listen, obviously not the outcome that we wanted. Very disappointing loss. We wanted to come out and win this one, just have the one league loss. But hey, it's behind us. It is what it is. We lose this one. We got to learn from it. But we get a chance to get this back potentially in 2 games.
Absolutely, yeah. Can't let a loss like this derail what could be shaping up for them here in the tournament. Again, I think this is a team that is talented enough, and especially when they have Sydney Payne in the mix, they're talented enough to beat anyone, and I really think a team that could make a run to the regionals.
Yeah, I think this Kent team, we talked on the Three Wise Men on WSN on Monday, and we looked at the girls' bracket on teams in the area that we thought could potentially get themselves down to a to a Final Four situation. And I said this Kenton team, they could potentially have to match up against a very difficult Bellevue team down the road in the regional. But if they get by them, this is a team that could make some noise. Now, obviously, didn't look their best tonight. They struggled shooting the ball. A lot of shots came up short. Legs weren't quite underneath them. Sydney Payne not there. When you lose your leading scorer, that is a big hole to fill. But this is a very talented Kenton team that still has a lot to play for in front of them. And if you're St. Mary's, this is how you want to end this. You get to be on your home court. You get to be in front of your fans. Reese Rabel goes out with a great game the last time she'll be playing in this gym, and everything kind of feels like you're ending the season the right way, and you couldn't ask for more than that. So that is just going to about wrap it up for us here at St. Mary's Memorial High School. And we would like to thank our crew. It's a big one tonight. We got Jacob running everything, setting everything up, doing all the camera work. He's going to go back to the station, edit this one for us. I say it every time. We could not appreciate you more. We get the easy job, Austin. We show up. We talk about what's going on. We don't do any of the behind-the-scenes stuff. These guys take care of all that for us, and we couldn't be more appreciative of that. One final time, the St. Mary's Rough Riders knock off the Kenton Wildcats to get the big upset victory in the Western Buckeye League. For Austin Scott, I'm Nate Garlock. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night, everybody.